In this world, angels live among us. Many great invincible beings of immeasurable power, a bridge between us and the gods. These creatures are not as you might imagine them. While some are human-like in their appearance, most are alien. A sitting mountain, a giant boar, a hovering sphere. Each of the angels provides a powerful boon to the surrounding area and its inhabitants. They do not speak to us. They do not move. We built our world around them. They shaped our cultures. We rely on them. Until something dark came along. Now, one by one, the angels have been slain. The people of the lands around them slaughtered. A wave of death is spreading across our world. Only a few places remain as a final bastion of life. Only a few against an endless horde of oblivion. And within these few, a single band of unlikely heroes, bound by forces beyond their understanding. In this world, there is only a single word that describes their soul-bound connection.
You have completed a short rest, and your exploration of the Bluestone Mines can continue. Previously, you had encountered a cave-like moss, sort of bizarre, glowing, carnivorous plant creature, and once it had been vanquished, it revealed that there was a very large Goliath statue underneath. But more importantly, there was an altar, sort of a strange ancient magical lockbox of sorts with a bizarre poem written across it, with a little box on the top that has a blue gem in the top of it. Then you took the opportunity to rest, which you've done. I would say about an hour has passed. Those of you that get any abilities back on a short rest, you get them. You rolled some hit dice for some HP. And you can continue with whatever you wanted to do next, where you wanted to go, or how you wanted to approach this puzzle, perhaps.
Alright, we still need to find the last gem, correct?
Right. I suggest we continue our exploration of the caves.
Well, either way then.
Right, I'll start moving.
You are free to move your tokens around on this map and look about. As you move around, areas that you've previously explored will sort of become grayscale, so you'll know where you've been and where you haven't. If you want to look around the map, you'll see that what's been uncovered before is permanently uncovered, and what hasn't will remain in that sort of fog of war.
What is that? Is that a bridge?
That is
yes.
Sort of a bridge. It's kind of an old piece of mining equipment that was used to sort of like ferry rocks from one slightly higher ledge to a lower part.
Right.
Again, anywhere that's got like water looking stuff is ice. It's still very cold in here.
Okay.
Once I get to the shoreline of this ice, I want to turn around and punch the ice. Not hard enough to break it necessarily, but like kind of to see how thick it really is.
Yeah, I guess you can give me Give me an athletics or an acrobatics or a perception check, I think would be fine as well.
Athletics, acrobatics, or perception. Okay. 18.
It seems to be frozen all the way through, to be honest. It just seems to be solid ice.
All right.
Is there, are we able to get up on to this ledge, or is it, get to climb?
It's a little climb, but I'm going to give it to you for free. It's not such a treacherous one. This side to the sort of north of you is, but the southern side you can climb up pretty easily.
Okay. I'll start moving along this ledge then. Carefully making my way over these rocks. When I'm in here, I would like to sort of look around a bit and make sure that I'm not about to run into anything dangerous if possible.
Yeah, give me a perception or an investigation check.
Alright. Oh, cool. It's great.
Most dangerous area of the cave.
Okay, so I'll tell them, alright. I don't feel right about this area.
All right.
Should be careful here, maybe.
Perhaps Jilden should lead the way then instead of yourself then.
But you think I'm cannon fodder, boy? I have better sense than that.
I don't see any cannons around, do you?
Could I, would it work if I sent like a firebolt ahead to like see ahead of us? Okay,
Yeah,
I
you can try
will. Okay, then I will attempt to do that. I'll attempt to send a firebolt south of us, sort of, to see if I can see anything.
Yeah, for the sake of it, I'll move your token down to here, which gives you some of the vision. The firebolt launches forward into this kind of area, and where you are is more of a natural set of caverns than the previously excavated mine area. There's definitely mining equipment, and there's definitely areas that seem to have been mined out a very long time ago. But for the most part, this area seems to be kind of more natural cavern ways. There's like nothing here. It gives way. There might be a sort of spattering of mining equipment about where you're currently stood, but the southern side of this cavern just kind of opens up to nothing. Literally nothing. Not a bat, not a bug, nothing moves. Completely empty cavern. Might be one of the safest places in the entire mine so far.
Right, well, I guess we're okay then. I'll start walking forward. Is this a big cliff, or can we get over this?
You can climb that. It's kind of like bouldering, you know, like it's not a comfortable climb exactly, but it isn't difficult to maneuver around some of these areas. You just sort of have to take some big footsteps upwards.
To spare Thrak another firebolt, and Jilden stepping into something she probably should not, I think once we get round this bend, I'm going to make a somatic gesture. I'm going to have one hand flat horizontal to the ground, and I'm going to have another one skitter across. And as I do, I'm going to cast Dancing Lights, and it's going to make 4 10-foot diameter light orbs in a row, which will follow us as we go in a straight line, just so they can illuminate it for, Jilden, who cannot see in the dark and who is ahead of the party right now.
Well, why didn't you do that earlier?
Didn't feel like it.
You are insufferable, boy.
Okay. I've given Jilden a bit more light as she moves around. You head into a sort of series of little winding caverns, little crawlways, and sort of a winding, endless set of tunnels that shift and turn, you kind of find yourselves walking back on yourselves, moving through one area. You can see through this part, but and you can see mining equipment on the other side of it.
You see that hit that's distracted? I think you could just punch through here. Maybe just use that big fist of yours.
I grab his fist and I hold it up to the rock, like sizing him up.
This is... I don't think you get a... Oh, actually, no. He pulls his hand back and... Leave me alone, Jordan.
Wait.
Which is unusual for him. Usually he just sort of deals with you.
Wait. What? Do I have something on my hand?
He says perhaps we should go back. I don't think it's wise to try and get past the cave-in.
Does it appear clearable?
Give me an investigation check.
Very well. Investigation. 17.
It's definitely clearable. You'd have to move some of the larger rocks. If you can push 2 or 3 of the larger rocks forward, it would create a pathway that would allow you to move through. Seems to be safely. It isn't like it doesn't seem like it's a full-blown cave-in from above. It just seems like a build-up of rock, probably from a long time ago when they were doing mining here.
Any particularly damaged or brittle-looking rocks?
They're all kind of damaged and brittle, to be honest.
Very well. I don't do anything, and I wait for Thrak to see what he does, and if he's just leaving them.
Oh yeah, if you're not going to say anything, then yeah, I would just start going back. Unless anyone stops me.
I'll squint to see if there's anything shiny that I can see through the rocks.
Give me a perception check.
16.
16. No, but you do hear coming from much further north of you. Echoing kind of down.
I'm like trying to catch up with them.
There's more of those things, I think, over there. Maybe it's best we don't. Just conserve our energy.
Heard.
And maybe Frozen Fred will be nearby. And we can talk to him. And he will be lovely, I'm sure.
Is it feeling any colder? The name Frozen Fred, even though we've bastardized it, kind of invokes the thought of cold.
Give me another perception check. Or a survival check, actually. I'll take either or.
Okay, perception check it is going to be then. 7.
It's been relatively similar throughout this cave. The coldness. I think that you might... Yeah, on a 7, I think that you're just not really able to tell if there's any distinct massive changes here. It's kind of the same level of cold. It's incredibly cold, but not so cold that you're suffering sort of those horrendous effects that you might do on the surface. Yeah, it's about as cold as I think you can sort of manage before it becomes horrible, but it doesn't seem to have changed as you've moved through the cave. Or at least not to your perception.
Understood.
I'm following Thrak, but I'm uncharacteristically quiet. I'm not jabbering on as I usually would be. I'm kind of feeling a bit sheepish even, perhaps.
Okay.
Not going to shapeshift on us, are you? Into a sheep.
It's really funny. It's hilarious.
I don't think it would be too hard for Thrak to figure out that this is the same area that we were looking at.
Right.
Since we were so close.
Yeah, who wants to make me a perception check as you enter this area?
I'm good at perception checks. 22.
The familiar noises of those creatures are kind of echoing down the hallways to the north of you. I think Sia, you're hearing these noises, and all of you can probably hear them echoing down. But I think Sia, you're the first person to notice one of these sort of metallic legs stick out from the corner, which is up here. As if this creature is kind of moving downwards and out of this corner. You have a moment to sort of like quickly say or do something before these creatures will probably be like turning the corner or possibly seeing you.
Sounds like we have company. More robots. Or whatever they are.
Yeah, we could just leave them be.
Well, I would hide if you want to. Leave them be.
Where are they?
North. And I just point directly north.
Around. Okay, I would ask if it's around this corner or.
No,
if
I point
Here's what I'll
directly
do
at
for
it.
you.
Okay.
They're there.
Well, I think I see something in the corner over here. I will
Okay.
slowly this way.
Give me
I yank the
some
curtain.
stealth
Carefully.
checks, everyone.
No, I'm better than Jordan, probably.
Nice. Children, nice.
It's a -2.
All right.
3 from Jildan, 8 from Cirrus, 19 from Thrak, and 9 from Sia. So 3 fails in there. Why? Before we move on with what happens in this scene.
I don't think I'm being particularly stealthy, even though I suggested it. I think perhaps maybe I'm a bit too slow. And it's not for hesitating, but it's just because I don't feel like I need to at that moment.
I think I'm watching Thrak, and as such, I trip over one of these railroads straight into Cirrus.
Also, I was grabbing Jildan from the corner before then doing it, which might have, meant for something.
Right. Thrak, who is a 250-pound orc, somehow is the most stealthy he's ever been in his entire life, and he turns around with an incredulous look. What are you doing?
And who put that there?
Stay there. And I'll suggest they stay there as I move towards this chest.
Okay, well, before you move anywhere, these
Okay.
creatures are clearly aware of you. I think you hear them kind of start moving forward and scurrying. The metallic sort of spider-like legs that they have, tip-tapping across the stone. I'll give you the option if you want, if you'd like to try and hide down here. They're about 10 foot above you, I think. Let me see what I wrote down. 15 foot. So this is, and I'll pop it onto the map as well. A 15-foot climb, I guess. But it's not really a climb if you take the. There's another one of those little mine shaft slides. You know the things they use in buildings where they throw stones down them? It's essentially a rudimentary wooden chute. Yes, thank you for one of those. I need as much help with English as possible, so I'm not kidding. I can't form sentences at the moment. Which is great for this job, by the way. If any other GMs out there know how that feels when you're just not with it mentally and you're just stumbling over your words and your only job is to say things. Yeah, you can hear him sort of tip-tapping towards you. I think what I'll do is you become aware of the fact that these creatures are moving into this room and sort of scanning it. but if you want, you can take the option to attempt to hide here with another set of stealth checks, or you can do something else. Up to you.
I think after our abysmal stealth check earlier, I'm just going to stand here with my staff and comically just have it up and raised, ready to thwack the first thing that comes through.
I should
Unless
probably,
directed otherwise.
yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you anything.
I'm waiting for the party to tell me otherwise.
Yeah. What's everyone else doing?
I'll try and make up for the fact that I messed up and try and hide into this little cubby in the hole.
Yeah, I also like to hide if
my
possible.
God.
As you all begin hiding, how is it that Jildan makes the most amount of noise you could ever imagine?
My natural -1. God, what even happened? I trip over on my own cloak, and you know, it's like it's like some comedy scene in a kitchen where you're just knocking over all the pots and pans, but it's all inside my shell, inside all of mine. It's just this racketing, echoing noise from all the stuff I'm carrying inside.
Yes. They are clearly aware of you. You can hear them start scuffling and shuffling towards you. Please roll me some initiatives as you hear these creatures ding, 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 begin to become aware of where you are, and they start rattling in your direction. But it will be in turn order.
Sorry. I really need to trim this cloak.
I will give these quad drones
What's a
colours as well.
pentadrone?
This is the this one is capable of pentakills in League of Legends.
Party
Wow.
kill! Woohoo!
That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean that is a question for whether you know in character. I guess you can roll me a history check if you want to know.
They're not organic, are they? So.
No.
No. I rolled an 18.
Someone maybe
Fine.
told you while you were in Moon. So the old drones, as they used to make these things, they just kind of referred to them as drones, but they have a hierarchy. Some of them are a little bit more complex than others. The more sides they have, the more complex their mind is, I guess. It's not they are very much just drones, but the more complex the construct is, they're kind of half golem creatures. So there are some that have like 4 sides, like a quad drone, and those are less complex than the pentadrones. The more sides, the more complex, and also they used to have a thing which was like a hierarchy of the more sides it has, the higher in the hierarchy is, so that it allowed them to sort of divvy up work through the different creatures in structure. So really a pentadrone is just a bigger and more complex version of these drones and these creatures that are down here. Again, like all of the other ones, they've been down here for just hundreds and hundreds of years, and they're just basically a bunch of insane constructs and golem-like things that are built out of stone and wood and metal, and they are brought together with a sort of magical core that was imbued with magic a very long time ago by some sort of old Goliath wizard. And when they are destroyed, they just turn to dust. As the core breaks, it destroys the creature that it's attached to or controlling. So that's kind of how that goes. So yeah, for some reason maybe someone told you this story of these like weird drones that roam around in some of the old mines. Again, there are lots of miners in the Goliath community that you've been staying in for the last year.
Children reads a lot of books. She would have read whatever she could get her hands on.
Yeah. So that they're not like a secret thing as much as people don't really they avoid them. Lucky for you, all 4 of you get to go first here in the turn order, starting with Cirrus. You're definitely aware these things are heading down towards you, though.
Okay. I actually can't see them on my map. I don't know if I should be able to or.
No, but you can hear that they're over here.
Okay, cool. Okay, then if they're on their way, I'm going to come out around this corner. Oh geez. Oh goodness.
Yep, there's 3 of them. 2 quad drones and a pentadrone, a big
Yeah.
a big one.
Okay. I am going to cast Sacred Flame on the pentadrone.
Okay.
Did Cirrus use hit die during the short rest?
Oh, a
Well.
natural 1 from the pentadrone, so it will take the 4 radiant damage from your hit there.
A meager 4.
But a 4 nonetheless.
I guess
And that's
we'll
it
never
for
know.
me.
All right, Jill then.
And I am just looking at something. I tell you what, Thrak, help me a moment. Can I just, can I go after Thrak?
You can go after that.
Go after me.
Oh, you want to sort of... Well,
Switch for just this turn.
yeah, no, you can't. What you can do is hold an action to go off on a particular trigger. So when Thrak walks past me, this happens. Or when I get attacked, this happens. Again, it's holding an action. So it's whatever you can do on an action. So you can't hold a bonus action.
Okay. I'm just looking something up.
Yeah.
Takes a while.
A little move switcheroo would be an interesting thing to do, but I think that it would potentially cost an action to do something like that if I was to homebrew in a rule like that on the fly that I don't really want to do in the mental state I'm in, because I'll undo the entire game for myself. And in 6 weeks, I will hate myself for it, because that's what happens a lot of the time when I'm GMing things. And I go, you know what, that would be really interesting if that happens. And then you use it against me.
I follow after Cirrus and I conjure the flaming spear in my hand once again. It's looking brighter than ever thanks to the way I've been observing Thrak's fireball. It's 5-foot diameter sphere of fire.
This is golden sphere spell.
It's flaming sphere.
Flaming sphere.
Yes.
Same diff. I just titled it golden sphere for some reason, but there it is. You should be able to move
Yes,
it
I
around.
throw it right in between them, trying to illuminate the whole space properly.
You know what? I think you do. I'll allow that. Emits light. There you go. Does that light that up for you? Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. All right, and that's it. Doesn't do any damage this turn,
Okay. Thrak.
and that is the end.
Right. Okay. I'll can't really move very far, so I'll get here. I can just barely see this. I'm not sure I can get you know what I'll do is we'll throw a little magic missile. It will wanted bend around the corner.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think? Is that all right, DM?
Yeah, magic missile. What you have to be able to see it, right? That's all.
I can just barely see half of it.
Yep.
Okay.
My kind of rule is if you can see it on the map, then you can see it. And if you can't see it, then it's my fault for using the dynamic lighting improperly, or yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would use magic missile here because I'd be afraid that the firebolt or whatever would hit the side of the cave wall. So magic missile then. 3 little things come out of the end of my staff, and that's.
You said that before.
Mm-hmm. So that's 12 damage to the quadrone.
Yeah, these magic missiles, these sort of arcane pieces of energy, launch around the corner, kind of curving, like you said, through this cavern, past the flaming sphere, and strike the little quadrone that's kind of moving along on its bizarre little metal legs. Again, this little quadrone does a bit similarly to what the other one, the other creatures that you encountered do. It sort of breaks out these different parts. It has these little, almost like fists that come out from inside of its little cuboid body. But it also has a thing on its back, which is a bit like a crossbow or a short bow that kind of comes up and has a few of those little javelins inside as it sort of focuses on where you guys are. All of the little red lights that make up, you know, whatever arcane energy is in them, but look sort of like lights in the dark, maybe like eyes in the dark. Focusing on you guys as you appear at the bottom of this tunnel.
Right. That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Sia's turn.
Okay, I guess I'm going to use the first part of my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 in front of the party. And then, well, now I see what's going on. Oh, so I've gone 25, let's see, 30, 35, 40. I can just about make it here, and then the pentadrone, I believe, is in that square, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So I do try and swing at it with my staff.
Okay.
Okay, so I shall do that. One moment, please, while I find my staff in my inventory and swing at it with my staff.
Hilden opens her mouth
hit.
to say something and then closes it again.
Okay. 12 is a miss.
Okay. Alright, then I have multi-attack, so I'm gonna go swing again. For a natural 1. Oh, okay.
Mark that.
Marked. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to put the staff away. I'm going to go back into ready position and burn a key point for patient defense.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I do.
Him?
Yes.
Oh.
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 foot must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, within the...
Mhm.
Okay, I thought he had to be inside the ball, not around it. My bad. Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Group 18.
Yes, you managed to dodge the flares coming out of the sphere.
Yeah. Let me roll a dice. Let me roll its intelligence. An 8. Not that intelligent, really. Okay. You know what? I'm going to roll another intelligence thing for it. An 11. It's going to move through the flaming sphere. What will that do to it?
I mean, technically nothing.
Great.
It's only if it ends its turn within 5 foot.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's just going to move around on these rocks. Now, it does move out of your threat range there. Sia, you get an opportunity attack if you want one.
Oh, right, yes. Then I will smack it with my staff.
I saw that. I saw that line pointed at Thrak. I saw that.
It's actually pointed at all three of you.
Okay. All right. Oh, excellent. Okay. Cool.
It wasn't until you said that.
16 to hit.
16 does hit.
8 bludgeoning.
Yeah. I think you just kind of, dong, you hit this thing. You see like a chunk of this kind of weird metallic, sort of vaguely composite armor fall off of the back of it. These things are brittle and old. And this is kind of like dum, 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 moving around. As it's moving around, you sort of hear this kind of hissing noise, Sia. And there's a distinct sort of funk to the air. It leaves a horrible smell behind it. And then there is a cone of noxious gas, which is going to engulf all three of you down here. Can you all make me Constitution saving throws, please?
Of course I can. Of course.
Wonderful.
Jilden with an 8, that's a fail. Thrak with a 10, that's a fail. Cirrus with a 9, that's a fail. Horrendously, all three of you are paralyzed for 1 minute. Paralyzed is the bad one. You basically can't do anything. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, which will end the effect on yourself. Otherwise, you are paralyzed for a full minute here.
Does it break concentration on?
Absolutely.
Automatically?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
that's
does.
I have a game-breaking reaction for you.
Yeah, okay. Can you? Can you take reaction?
Yeah, I can. Or can I not do a reaction if I'm paralyzed?
That's my question. Yeah, I wonder if you do have a D&D 5e paralyzed reactions. Yeah, you read it.
So you can magically exert limited control over the flow of time around a creature as a reaction after you or a creature within 30 feet makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. You can force the creature to re-roll. You make this decision after you see whether the roll succeeds or fails.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is different. So yeah, you are choosing one of your party members or yourself to re-roll.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to, in the spirit of Quura, we're going to have Cirrus do the re-roll. So, in a stunning self-sacrifice move, Thrak throws out his time ability, and Cirrus gets to try to save herself again.
Yeah. You sort of do this. You get this off just as you are hit by the gas, I think, and you are paralyzed afterwards. But Cirrus, you can roll another Constitution saving throw and try and beat the DC of 11. You got to beat.
Well,
Excellent.
Well,
an 8.
Okay.
I think
Fantastic, thank you.
Thrak is like the only one aware of it, maybe.
Sure.
I actually, I don't notice that much of a difference, but I feel 10% worse. I feel 10% more paralyzed than I did before.
Okay, all three of you remain paralyzed then, I'm afraid. The quad drones here are going to rush forward, I think, and attack Sia.
with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, yes. So let's go with... Oh, actually, you know what? That one's going to stay there. Actually, I'll move him to like here, I think. The first one's going to hit you with fists, because it's right next to you. On a 13 and an 18. No, a 4 and an 18, sorry. A natural 1, actually. So roll me a d20 first.
Okay, I'll roll you a d20.
For anyone who has never watched me GM before, I like for my
10.
natural ones to actually have a consequence other than just be a miss. So I have everything, my creatures and the players roll a d20 and they get a consequence for their failure. A 10, so the creature is frightened.
Which one?
The red one.
Okay.
So I wonder if this. No, I guess really, I think all it means is this has disadvantage against you, which it already has. But it can't move closer to you. So I'm going to say it's frightened of you, by the way. But the second one does hit you. On an 18.
Yes.
Alright, you take 2 bludgeoning damage from that one. The other one, which kind of has this kind of strange, almost crossbow-like appendage come up out of the cuboid body. 4 little darts appear. And then all 4 of them are going to fire at you. With disadvantage.
Yes, please.
Ooh, and lucky you are. Okay, so a 16, a 16, a 21, and an 8.
So, all hits but the 8.
What is that? 2 nat 20s?
That would have been really bad for him if he didn't have the
Ew.
defensive status. Yeah. Okay, so 5 piercing, 6 piercing.
Okay.
And you see it retract that little crossbow element, and it begins to reload little darts onto that onto the creature there.
And 8 as well?
Nope, I don't know. I think so. It's just hang on. So it would be the 8 and the 5. Ignore the 6.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I think I've got some weird lag going on with my
I think you hit him 3 times though.
roll 20.
Just trying to kill my teammate.
It doesn't get him 3 times, right? Is it the it
No, it
rolled
doesn't.
1 8? It rolled 2 8s, a 21, and a 16.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
13.
So only the 8 and the 5 hit, and then the last one, ignore that.
Sorry, mate. Just trying to kill you.
That's alright. Appreciate it.
Okay, Cirrus, it is your turn. Your entire turn is forfeit. It is now the end of your turn, and you can make another Constitution saving throw and try and beat 11.
Okay, cool.
You remain paralyzed on another 8 there. Jilden, same.
Saving your rolls for when it's really dark and,
13.
Yes, your turn is over, but your paralysis is also over. Thrak,
Yeah.
same for you. Your turn is over, but your paralysis is also over. Which brings us back around to Sia.
Alright, so for my turn, I'm going to run in between both of these drones now, and I'm going to pull out my staff and attack the blue one that shot me 4 times, or shot at me 4 times.
Okay.
With a natural 20,
Nice.
27 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so this does a few things because... Wait, 1 second. Because it's a natural 20.
I thought he was going to take his clothes off. The way you kind of put your arms this way, it looked like you were going to kind of just like take off the
It
shirt.
does a few things.
Does a few
First
things.
off,
First of all, completely derobes.
Okay, when you score a critical
That's how
hit that deals
excited he
bludgeoning
gets.
damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of your next turn. So because of this nat 20, every attack now on this creature until the end of my next turn is with advantage, with my crusher feat.
Ooh, cool. Okay. How the hell
Gonna
you got
cry.
that? It's all good.
I can hook it in there, there you go. Alright, so that's gonna be 14 to hit. I mean, 14 bludgeoning damage on this creature.
14 bludgeoning to the creature. Okay. Yep. It's still alive. But it's
Alright,
messed up.
then,
You crush it.
Then I'm gonna swing at it again with multi-attack
Mm-hmm.
for 18 to hit.
That hits.
Sorry, I'm gonna swing again because again I have advantage, I guess.
Mm.
So yeah, yep. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage on top of that.
Yeah. How do you kill it?
I'm just smacking at it with a stick. It looks like it's being smacked by a stick and it dies.
Yeah, I think that's exactly all it is. You just beat the hell out of it. Bits of it fly off everywhere. Again, these creatures are kind of old. Maybe when they were built, they were a little stronger, or they had a little more fortitude to them. But they generally are just like worker drones. They're designed more for like picking stuff up and moving it around. They clearly have defensive capabilities to ward off creatures and things. But yeah, due to age and stuff, you just kind of like break this thing apart. On the last strike, you sort of see the core go sort of supernova, for want of a better word. It doesn't affect you, but it does disintegrate everything that is on this creature. All of the armor, the wood, the stone, and the little darts and things all just get Thanos away. Thanos.
So,
clipped.
as it turns to dust and flies away to Mr. Stark, I'm going to turn on my heel. The 3 slits on my forehead open up. I'm going to use a key point here to now do flurry of blows. That's what it's called. So now I get to do 2 unarmed strikes on this this creature here to my side. With advantage. Well, actually, no, with no advantage. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Yeah. Okay. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then
Yep. It's still up.
12 to hit.
12 misses.
Okay. All right, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Yeah, this one in front of you is very messed up. If I roll a 5 or a 6, yeah.
I'm gonna move here now.
Okay.
Just yeah, there we go.
Yeah. If I roll a 5 or a 6, this thing's paralysis gas is going to recharge. Oopsie daisy.
Oof.
The 3 of you, I mean, Cirrus, you don't need to do it. Jildan and Thrak, please make me another set of Constitution saving throws, please.
16.
Yep, you are not paralyzed. And neither are you.
Wow.
Yeah, the 2 of you maybe avert your faces or pull up your shirt or something and cover your nose and mouth as this gas sort of permeates the air. And yeah, as it clears, you're still able to move and adjust yourselves and things. I think this creature is going to run away a little bit. I'm going to move. He's going to move. It has kind of like a poor man's spider climb here. As it kind of moves around the rocks and crags, and it pins itself between 2 broken bits of stone and peers around the corner, kind of calculating almost. The drone behind you, I think, is just going to try and hit you again, because you're right next to it. An 11 and a 22.
The 11 misses, the 22 hits.
Okay. It hits you, take another 2 bludgeoning damage from this tiny little club thing that it's got, that it strikes at you with. Cirrus, please make me a
Wait,
Constitution
that was with disadvantage, no? Because it's scared of me?
correct, yes, so it's a 14, so it misses.
So they both miss.
Okay, yeah, ignore that too then, and yeah, this thing is just kind of freaking out, clearly breaking down in front of you, steaming, and the little core glowing oddly. Yeah, Cirrus, you are still paralyzed, so make me a con save.
Yep.
I think you love being paralyzed for the entire fight.
Yeah, I
Pretty
do.
fun, right? Jildan, I'm going to use it
It's
more.
a good thing that the person who has any ability to, negate paralyzation is the one who's paralyzed. Yeah.
Jildan, it's your turn.
Stupid question, perhaps. Do I recognize that these things are made of metal?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. I move closer to this thing, and I will use heat metal on it.
Okay.
It is, and I believe since it's just made of metal, it can't even make a save. It just has to take 2d8 fire damage.
Yeah, is it a touch spell though?
No. 60-foot range.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about then. Yep. Okay. I don't know what spell
Now,
I'm
if they're
thinking of.
holding or wearing it, they can succeed in a con save or drop it. But otherwise, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So 2d8 fire damage immediately then.
Yeah, 7 damage.
Oh, you did it. Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't think it's really holding anything. It just is Mel. Okay. That's your action. You want to do anything else?
That is the. Oh wait. No, that's it.
Okay. Thrak.
Okay, I think Thrak moves here, and I will cast. By the way, if you're looking at Thrak, he maybe has a bit of a. He's got like like sweat. He's sweating, and he's looking a little frightened by this horrific creature with eyeballs on its legs, skittering around in a cave. You know, I think that's normal. And so we're gonna just cast a little bit of firebolt at it.
Okay.
Is 12.
Uh, 12 is a miss. Sorry, I lost Merg's camera for a second and had to go back.
Burned.
No,
I think
you
it's-
came back, but it didn't come back on the overlay for a sec.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's the cave wall or something.
Anything else?
I think I was. It's kind of like when you come around the corner in Call of Duty and you just shoot and you miss all of your shots because you're scared that someone was there.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Oh god.
You mean Call of Duty, because it's D&D.
Like Call of Duty.
We're getting that loot off of this creature that turns to dust.
Yeah. These guys aren't fun for loot. Okay, I assume that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Alright, see ya.
Okay, I am going to swing at this terrified creature with my staff.
Okay.
To begin with.
Yep.
23 to hit.
That hits.
12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Strike it and it just turns to dust.
Okay.
As the
Then I'm
core
going to
goes, supernova.
Run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to the end of this ledge here.
Mm-hmm.
And swing at it with my second attack.
Okay.
For a 15 to hit.
A 15 will miss.
Miss. All right.
I think all of these misses you're doing are actually hitting it, but there's just like this one has a bit more bulk to it. You're hitting kind of composite armor and it's just not clearly doing any real damage to it.
Okay. Then I guess I will... I'll save my key points and just be done with my turn.
Alright. I think this thing is going to attack you 5 times.
Should have probably used that key point on patient defense.
Oh.
Oh, maybe not. Natural 1 in there, so roll me a d20 and then we'll deal with the rest.
Okay.
Lucky this does something like
1.
ruins its
Oh.
life. It does nothing to this creature, unfortunately, so it's just a miss. A 19, a 16, a 21, and then a 6 to follow it up.
Okay, so 3 of those hit me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 6, 12, 20 bludgeoning damage. This thing's legs are kind of gripping the stone here, but I think like a bunch of arms come out, just kind of strange metallic arms, and the top of this thing just starts spinning around. I don't think it's like they're all hitting you or anything like comical like that. It just spins, and like a couple of these arms are just kind of hitting you as it spins around very quickly. Yeah, and you get sort of Hanna-Barbera here by this thing. And yeah. And then you're like on the ground and you have like the Tweety bird going around your head as this thing kind of just goes crazy on you. The quad drones are dead, so it's Cirrus's turn.
She do it. Can she do it? Nope.
Oh my god.
You're still paralyzed.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe you've done this.
Right, Jilden's turn.
Wow.
Right, yes. I am going to. Can I get up this cliffside here?
This one, no. This one you'd have to climb up. So yes is the answer, but not without having to make me an athletics or an acrobatics check, and it would also be difficult terrain, which means you'd move at half speed.
That's fine. That's just about enough. All right, athletics check. Let's see.
This thing is about 15 feet above you.
It's a 6. It's not working. Alright, I try and scrabble up this wall and fail horrifically. And instead, plant my feet angrily at this thing. You say it's 15 feet above still.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, just about 30 feet away. I throw a thorn whip at him.
Are
Could
you
be
throwing one at Sia, or are you throwing one at...
No, at the creature. I want to bring it down to our level.
Bring it down.
It's 12.
A 12 is a miss.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, that's fine. And then I use my bonus action to heat metal once again, and another 2d8 fire damage.
Wait a minute.
But
I was realizing he has 14 more AC that he forgot about, and he didn't
No,
take
it's
any of
because
that damage.
he was heated, so he had disadvantage for those like 6 attacks. So I'm just looking to see which ones would have missed. And only one would have missed extra. So
Looks to be you, I guess.
yeah, sucks to be you, I guess.
You should just have all the rules, right
Maybe
top of your mind.
maybe you should have
all
brought that
the
up at the time.
The
The rule is what's done is done.
Yeah, what's done is done. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, that's the rule.
It'll be 10 fire damage.
Yep, it's taken the 10 fire damage. It is sputtering and steaming and breaking apart above you, but it's still kind of standing.
That is the end of my turn.
And then a bit
So
breaks off of it. Okay, Thrax's turn.
I would probably shout to anyone who'd listen. Sia, run! And say something like, he has no fear! Get away from it, Sia! Like, after seeing Sia getting absolutely pummeled by the most ferocious and frightening creature I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
wait, who has no fear, me or it?
You? Oh, are you asking me that?
Right, yes. Run, he has
you
no
don't
fear.
have fear. Get away from it. You're
If
going
I move,
to
it's
die.
going to hit me.
Yes, I forgot you had the D&D 5e rule book in your hand.
He does actually currently have. Sia has a 5e rulebook and he's shouting up at some invisible force in the
can't move
sky.
from it.
And he's like, I've got like 8 more damage than I need, that I should have right now. And a booming voice says, well, sucks to be you.
That ain't life. I don't know what it is.
I assure you the whole like, oh, it should have done this last turn or I missed this. It affects my creatures 10 times more than it ever affects any of you. So the what's done is done thing is going to come back and save you tenfold throughout this campaign eventually. Okay, yeah, you can shout that for free. Yeah, you can sort of minorly roleplay. You don't need to. It doesn't cost an action.
Thank
or
you
anything.
for allowing us that.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. And also, there's
Thanks for
also
that morsel of
people.
roleplay.
There's going to be people that are going to send me a message in 3 years after this
that
campaign
was-
ends on YouTube that says, actually, it's an action for him to shout at the person. So just letting you know.
I'll just try. I'll try a little firebolt to try and save my dear friend Sia. Some fire comes out of the tip of my staff. 20.
It hits.
20 hits. That is 20 fire damage. I think I hit it
Jeez.
right in the center
Yeah,
eye.
how do you save your dear friend Sia here?
I see the tentacles coming down on Sia, who is my dear, dear friend, and I care about him very much. And I just, it's one of those moments when you don't take the time to aim. You just do it, and you see it happening in your mind, and then it just happens, and you're kind of like, oh, yeah. Comes out my staff, and I think it just sears right through the center eye.
Yeah, the thing explodes. It turns to dust as it's exploding, and the dust sort of like settles and floats down towards you guys. As I
punch the dust, so I think I killed it by
Yeah,
myself.
you think you killed it fully.
Alright.
That was maximum damage roll, by the way. I got two 10s.
2d10s. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Fire damage. Yeah, it had 3 HP, I think, at that point.
It's a complete waste of a roll, but I was
Wow.
scared.
It's a cantrip. You're pretty good for a cantrip. Everything is growing stronger with every roll you guys make. Yeah, you destroy these creatures. You sort of like stop for a second to sort of analyze whether there's any more of them. However, you get the sense there isn't anything else rushing towards you down this cavern right now, and you're free to sort of continue in the relative safety of not being in a combat
Excellent.
turn order scenario.
Am I still paralyzed?
You are still paralyzed for about another like 30 seconds or something, yeah.
Okay.
I stand and watch.
I would, yeah, I think I would come over to her and like, are you okay?
Hello? Serious?
Yeah, when I come out of the paralysis, I look, first of all, I've been moving kind of slow, this last little while, looking a bit tuckered out. And when I come out of this paralysis, I just kind of take some ragged breaths, and it doesn't really look like I'm like, yay, I'm no longer paralyzed.
Maybe you should take a seat.
I so guide her to her knees, or try to at least.
I don't let you do it, unfortunately. I look at Seer and I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Stop worrying about everyone else. Worry about yourself.
I graciously accept 7 hit points.
It's 14.
Oh, 14 hit points.
You're gonna just run yourself ragged.
It wouldn't do if he was too injured to fight.
It wouldn't do if you are too injured to fight, young lady.
Yes. I believe I
apologize
agree with Jordan.
Stop burning your fire to keep everyone else warm, for goodness sake. Be
I
selfish for
apologize
once.
for the paralysis. I look at you and you say that, and I'm just kind of like, right. And then I will cast Healing Word on myself, but at level 1.
I reach into my pocket and I press into Sirius's hands a healing potion as I just say, what?
You should keep that. All right.
It's too late. I've let go. It'll fall on the ground if you don't grab it, and I walk away.
Well, hold on. I have
What?
to probably roll for dexterity to catch it then if you just dropped it in front of me.
Well, I pushed it into your chest so you'd like
Oh,
take it
I
with both
see.
hands.
Okay. Got it. I pocket it.
The potion falls to the ground.
No. Is it like a magical passing through items potion where it cannot be put in a bag?
I take
I
a
think
good,
so.
hard, long look at Cirrus. What do I see?
Oh.
It's a
Yeah, she
14
just looks like
perception.
she hasn't. She looks. She looks tired. She's got. More sort of like significant bags under her eyes than normal. Her posture is leaning quite heavily to her right, which is like where her like big muscly arm is and stuff. And normally she tries to manage to keep it a little bit on both sides, but right now she's just leaning fully heavily on the other side. And she just looks a bit drawn out.
I turn to Threk. What's wrong with her?
I believe that. Well, how bad does she look? I'm gonna also roll a little perception. See if I.
Yeah, you
I
can
feel
roll
like you
a
know her
medicine
quite
check
well.
for a more accurate
medicine.
medicinal approach to this.
Sure. Yeah, I think she's fine. I'm still shook up by that horrific creature.
I
I'm
look
trying to hide
into
it.
Drax's eyes, trying
I-
to see if his pupils are entirely dilated from all of the light, maybe, so he can't see her properly.
Do me
You
fine.
would. I think he would try to avert his gaze from you. I think you would see. That you would see some fear and maybe even a touch of anger. But he's clearly trying to avoid eye contact or looking at you in any way.
That's funny
Yeah,
perception.
You read him like a book. He is trying to hide from you that he was frightened by that creature quite a bit, but also just the fear is mixed with obvious like anger, obvious, and he thinks she's fine, and he walks away. He's gonna walk this way.
Don't worry, Jordan. I said I'm fine. I'm fine.
We're going to have some problems if you people don't start talking. As far as I can see it, we're in a very dangerous place, in a very dangerous situation. This one over here, so full of himself, he doesn't know how to talk straight in the first place.
I point to Seer.
You,
I point to Cirrus.
look at you. You're so self-sacrificing. You don't realize it'll do more harm than good in the long run to be thinking only of everybody else and never of yourself. You are just as important as everybody. You need to be just as well as everybody else. Stop abandoning yourself.
And then I look towards Thrak.
And you. Perhaps I don't know you as well as I should. Yes, perhaps I am a crotchety old woman, and I have made my mistakes. Over and over again, yes. But we are the survival of each other at this point. None of us will survive without the other. And it is selfish for me to say, but I want to survive. And I can't do it without any of you.
I think Thrak sort of breathes in slow, closes his eyes, breathes out, and opens them and looks at you and says, "You're all right, of course, Jordan." And he'll put a strong arm on her shell and sort of like rock her gently back and forth for a moment and say, "I was angry at you, but you're right. Our survival is the survival of everything. That's more important." And he'll give her a pat and then move towards the treasure chest.
I think as she's talking, I'm walking towards the chest already, not really listening.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You find a fourth chest here, and you're able to discern that
I
it's
don't
pretty
open it,
much
though.
the same. What?
I don't open it though, I leave it to Thrak, as
Okay.
always.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you can discern that you could quite easily, once again, access this by just sort of attempting to break the lock off, probably, if you want to make me an athletics check, unless you want to try some other way. But again, it's another kind of ancient looking lockbox. It doesn't seem like
One
Yeah.
day.
20. You get into it however you wish, basically.
Yeah, I just tear the lock off again. It's been working every time so far.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you kick it open, and you guys need to roll me some things here. Roll me a d4.
I think that today, Cirrus should roll.
Okay.
4?
On D4,
What's in the
please.
chest?
Okay. Four.
Okay. You find scroll in there, written in
Nice.
Goliath. You can
Okay.
you sort of maybe Cirrus kind of like looks and reads the top. The first few words kind of suggest some sort of thunderous wave of arcane energy. This is a scroll of thunder wave. And then roll me 2d20s, please, Cirrus. An 11 and a 2. Okay. In here is a platinum medal. The clasp is damaged as if it was ripped from someone's shirt. There is gonna be, you know what there's gonna be? There's gonna be a symbol on there. Let me see what this symbol is gonna be. Roll me a d24.
Eight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This symbol on it is the symbol Izaz, the symbol for ice, which you can see on your Goliath runes handout. And then you rolled a 2. Which is... in there is a fragile crystal, a very fragile crystal that glows gently. And that is it. It doesn't actually glow so gently that it casts like light that can be used like a torch. It's just a very pretty looking crystal. But picking it up, it feels sort of hollow and fragile like glass.
Mm.
And that's it. You have... In fact, Thrak, roll me an investigation check. And anyone else can roll me a survival check if you want. If you feel like you are the type of person who would know your way around a cave system.
18.
21, 21, 15, 18. Yeah, I think all of you are aware that you've kind of gone full circle here. If you kind of progress north of this cave, the way that the drones came from, you're going to find yourselves very quickly back at the entrance of the cave. To the south of you is a bunch of empty caverns that you walked through. To the southwest of you is where the altar is. To the northwest of you is where you first encountered the other little drones. And at the kind of center of this area is that area where the poisonous kind of gases and spores were. And that's it. You've sort of explored everywhere. You get a little pop-up on your HUD that says you've found all 4 of the 4 chests here, with only 1 key in it for the altar.
Okay, yeah, so we only got 1 of 3 keys, correct? That's
Correct.
last week. Okay.
You have the square yellow key.
Okay.
And we didn't see any exits when we explored the entire cave?
I think you probably did. I'm going to do something here. I'm just going to look through your eyes. You feel weird as a GM walks into your body. And I can see where you have explored here.
Hodor.
Let me just have a look through each of you. Jilden's probably seen the least. Cirrus. And then Sia is the one who has the most vision. Might have seen his way around. Yeah, I guess everyone roll me a survival check again, and I'll base it on that. 20 and an 11, 15 and a 6. Thrak, I think, maybe Jildan. The only two sort of areas that there could probably be an exit here are sort of southwest and dead west of here. There was a couple of turnings and a couple of areas that looked like they might lead to an exit of sorts. The last two little spots of the cave that I think you probably haven't thoroughly checked.
Okay. Do we want to time jump over there, or would you
I
like
will time jump you over there if you'd like.
Is everyone else okay with that? Or do we have an idea of what?
You can fast travel in this cave now if you want. You can fast travel to the altar, and I can fast travel you over to the last two little areas that you haven't been.
I suppose I would say, well, I think we've been just about everywhere. I'm not sure that all the keys are around here. Maybe the two others are somewhere else.
We could possibly double back afterwards, so yes.
May I ask something? Before we continue on, and leave the cave to head on our journey, we don't know what lies out there for us. Would it be possible for us to have a sleep here where we know it's safe?
How long have we been journeying for?
Not long. Like a few hours, max.
Okay. I'm gonna look at her again. Like, that's a weird request. Give her a gander. Can I do another medicine check?
Yeah. Are you trying to disguise how you might feel in any way?
Yes, as much as I can. Like, it's not, as much as I can.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Okay. Also, I would say that the moment he says that's a weird request, I would, like, shut down and then try to pretend that I'm fine. I'm, like, way more fine than I am now.
Yep.
Deception?
Yep, still a deception check.
It's gonna go so bad.
No.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, you might notice, Thrak, that, you know, she seems to be kind of, maybe sort of stiff upper lipping it, but she seems fine enough in terms of, like, medical
Right,
situation, yeah.
okay.
What's that perception for, Jildan?
See if I notice her.
Be an insight check rather than a perception
Oh
check.
yeah, true. Insight.
Perception would be whether you can see Cirrus, which you can.
Oh, wow.
An insight on a natural 20, and it's a
Another
26
20.
as well.
Grandma Jildan.
I think it would be fair to say she's kind of aware of pretty much what you just said. You know
Yeah, I look like, even though we took a rest, a short rest, it didn't do anything. And I'm pretty tired and looking, stiff upper lipping it. And specifically, the moment when I said, could we have a rest, like a sleep? And he said, that's a weird request. Something would have, like, shut down in my eyes.
I don't think I actually said that. I definitely looked at you. No,
well,
I said that.
Oh, not out
correctly.
loud.
Sorry.
Got it. Okay. Okay,
You
well
would
then
have given her a weird look.
I need to.
I
Can
would've
I
given
can I
you a
insight
weird
your
look.
look then?
Cool.
I have to insight the look.
I mean, it's obvious
19.
as hell. I'm like, what?
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
moment you gave me a weird look, then I shut down and I defenses up.
So at
I'm
this point,
fine.
I slowly turn to Cirrus and growl, almost.
Oh, growl.
And then turn to Thrak. And then look between you. We're resting right now.
No.
And
Right
I
now
begin
is not
making
necessary.
preparations immediately. To rest. And I grab the bowl out of whoever's carrying it, the shelter
think-
bowl, and I start preparing shelter.
I would say, hold on. I think that resting will not help her. This might be the effects of having no relief.
During this whole bickering session, I've been sitting on the ground with my eyes closed. Is it a short rest yet?
No.
Okay.
Why are you just the worst? In
That's
and out of
the worst.
character.
Is he just sitting there cross-legged, like?
Right.
Well, you'd have
Ignoring
to
all
you'd
this.
have to role play straight without doing any rolls or anything for an hour, and then it would be an hour has passed, which would be a short
Right,
rest.
no.
You know.
Okay.
So I'm talking to Jilden at first, and I say, like, I think this is a result of, and I don't think resting will actually help. What will help, perhaps, is completing our journey,
Yes.
or finding someone that might know something about this that could help us.
Yes. And how many times have you heard Cirrus here ask for anything?
Right, of course we can try to rest. I just think that
Yes,
moving
you're allowing
along
your
might help her
logical,
more.
your logical brain to do all the talking here. See, resting isn't just about, feeling better. Resting is good for the soul in many ways.
Uh-huh.
This conversation
what
to be
does it-
over now. And I do not care what you think I need, Thrak. If you're amenable, we can take a rest. If not, we can move on. I don't want to discuss it any further.
And it is settled. We will take a rest.
And I continue my preparations of resting.
Okay, I think Thrak will just sit down and start studying spells then.
Yeah. You set up. You're using the bowl in here.
Yes. But if there's space, judging from the last time I used it, I would double check first.
Yeah, I mean you could move to. An
Or we'll
area
probably move to
there's-
where the shrine thing is, actually, since we rested there before.
By
Okay.
Billiam.
I'll
Yes,
fast
Billy.
travel you over there. Yeah. You take a short little walk down to the shrine and the area with the statue, and then set the bowl down, which does the thing where it takes a moment, like 10 minutes or so, to form into a shelter, and then you can begin the process of a long rest here. I will need a roll first, and then we'll see how this goes for you. I think. Let me remind myself of my own rules that I didn't think about before this. I need a D12, please, from someone, anyone.
Okay.
But at the same time,
I see a 4 first. Doesn't mean anything happens, so you're gonna be able to complete this long rest. So I think this is 7 or 8 hours of resting. You don't have to have slept in that time. You can sleep, you can nap, you can sit around doing whatever you want to do.
Studying spell scrolls, perhaps?
You are studying spell scrolls. Yeah. What was the rule I set for you in this?
You said if I had a long rest, I could learn it.
You can sit and learn it, but you don't get the effect of a long rest.
I don't remember you saying that, but if that's
I think I might have said
through
that about the Yeti thing, actually. Yeah.
the
no, you're
Yeti thing, yeah. When you're actively making the Yeti thing, you did say I wouldn't get the effects.
This
So I don't
feels
know if
like
it's the same
work.
thing.
It doesn't feel like rest to me. There has to be some downside to how strong this ability of yours is to just absorb spells into your brain. But for this one, I'll say you can. and then I'll think about it between this week and next week. So just for the sake of moving on, you will get a long
Give me 2
rest.
spell scrolls, but I only need to learn one because I already knew one of them.
Yeah, I think you can only do one at a time anyway. So it takes a long time, because you essentially what you're doing is writing the spell over and over again and enchanting and incanting and learning it.
That makes sense.
Sort of practicing it, which, you know, kind of does mean that you're not really doing a short rest, a long rest. But I'll let you off this once, and I'll think about it between weeks. But yeah, this might be the raw here. Is that might be the payoff. So yeah, you can do that though. You can learn your thing, because normally it would take you between like a large amount of time and a gold cost, which I'm foregoing for the sake of it being the most boring thing in the world to do otherwise, and no one wants to watch, listen, or do that ever apart from maybe Myre.
I kind of do.
Yeah, I know, but there isn't.
On the show.
Yeah, there isn't really. The problem is there's not a lot of like gold and stuff around either, so you'll never get to do it otherwise. So you're welcome. I mean, there's gold elsewhere in the world, but you're gonna have to travel all the way out. You're in an area of the world where there's no gold, so.
In them hills.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that this is hard work is all it is. You just have to sit and study, you know, like you're studying for an exam. It's like cramming. Yeah, so you all get the effects of a long rest, whatever that is. So you should be at full HP. You get half of your hit dice rounded up back, and you get your abilities and spell slots back. But you yeah, but I mean, what do you do in this time is what I guess I'm curious about. There has to be yeah, I think Thrak is sort of like wandering up and down in the background reading his book, and then slowly, you know, copying the spell into the book with some ink and parchment and practicing in the background. But I wonder what it looks like for the other three.
I'd also add that I think you definitely saw some frustration on his face if you were if you were looking at him, if you cared to look at him. There was some pretty obvious frustration on his face after the outburst from Cirrus, and Jildan just sort of like, all right, well, we're doing camp then. And then he just goes and does the spell thing.
So Cirrus would first she would like sit down after that conversation and meditate for like 10 minutes at least, and then she lays down and she falls asleep, like deeply, mouth open, drool, like she is asleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Children would be. I'd be, at first I would talk to Cirrus a little, I think. Even if you can't feel relief, of course, your body still needs rest and recuperation, regardless of how you feel about it. We can't ignore the physics of our bodies, or our limitations, and perhaps not feeling relief is just as bad as not feeling fear, in terms of pushing your frustration and your limitations. And then I'm, putting together a tea. I am a herbalist. By proficiency, so I put together a sort of a little leafy green tea with like chamomile and a few other gathered herbs I've gathered over the long time of existing, and I try and make her a very sleepy tea before she falls asleep.
I take it gratefully. Thank you.
And I don't force it upon her, I just make some, and then I leave, it's for Cirrus, but then I pour the leftovers into cups for everyone else and just leave them out, and then make my own little bed and go to sleep.
Okay, I have now ruled on the wizard spell scroll situation already, because I have a super brain, and I didn't get any help whatsoever from Myre. Okay, so usually what you would do is it takes 2 hours per spell level and gold cost but I'm gonna ditch that almost entirely. And just say that what it costs you, instead of 2 hours per spell level plus gold, it just costs you 1 long rest. Okay, so that's the amount of time, or 8 hours. You know, if there's a longer than 8 hour period that you have, so 8 hours or essentially 1 long rest. And what you do is you spend ages copying it into the book. So when a spell is copied from the spell scroll, the copier must succeed on an intelligence arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level, which I think we are going to do. If the check succeeds, the spell is successfully copied. Now usually it would destroy the scroll if you fail, but I'm going to say it doesn't destroy the scroll, you just don't have it until the next long rest. Right?
Okay.
But you can long rest and do it at the same time. So you always get the effects of a long rest. This isn't work.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's about as fair as I can probably make it.
So you want me to do,
yeah, make an
Arcana
Arcana
check.
check. And which spell are you doing?
I am doing Charm Person, which is level 1, I believe.
Okay, so you've got to beat an 11.
Well, I should double check that, but I think it's level 1. And Enchantment 1. I think it's level 1. Either way, I'm going to smash this Arcana check, so it doesn't matter. Oh, shit. I
mean,
barely
makes
made
breaks it. Maybe we should find out whether Charm Person is a
Yeah,
level
we
1.
should probably find out then.
Charm Person is a level 1, yeah. So, yes,
Okay.
you're successful. Over the course of this long rest, you are able to copy this spell scroll into the book there.
Excellent.
Just writing that down for myself because I am literally going to forget it 3 seconds after this episode ends today.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think, 8 hours passes. You're sort of in the relative safety of this cavern network. You are aware that you have sort of cleared it out of any monsters. Obviously, more could come creeping down the various cavern ways here, but you don't hear or see anything of the like. And you're all able to take a long rest and recover all of your bits and bobs and regain your spell slots and things. You also successfully know the spell Charm Person, which I'm sure will help you very much against weird little drone creatures.
I'm just going to use Myre and make him, reasonable human drow. Reasonable drow.
Reasonable drow. All right. It fails immediately. It's drowned.
Your hands explode.
Automatically fail. You take
Reasonable
400
drow.
points of damage.
Yeah, you've been destroyed.
I will go over to the little thing and take the stone out of it. I think we left it there, if I'm not mistaken.
The stone on the altar?
Yeah, the key, the yellow
The key,
square.
the yellow square. Yes, you can take that. Yeah.
And then I would say, all right, well, I think there's an exit this way, and I would lead to the west.
Yeah, I'll fast travel you up there. You're going up to the top again, up here, which is where Cirrus kind of wandered off down the southern route. The only two places you haven't fully checked out would be down here and just up here.
Right.
So feel free to maneuver around.
Dead end.
It's
Dead
dead
end.
end over here.
And a dead end. However, as you approach this area, you will notice there's a little blue part of the map. Here is where that failed perception check from Sia earlier on comes in. It is significantly colder here. There is a particular chill. It's not a breeze or like a wind that's coming from an outside, but this cavern ahead of you does seem to be significantly colder than the one that you are in right now, and you can sort of see down this cavern way that the walls have frozen over. a lot more. And I think in this cavern there are certainly areas where there's lots of precipitation that's frozen on the walls, but this looks like an entirely sort of icy cavern. You're walking into what would feel like you're walking into a glacier rather than just sort of a cavern with lots of cold, icy areas.
Well, that looks delightful.
Would you like to proceed? Comes up on your HUD.
Waiting for player 3.
Well, we move on.
Oh, I think we don't have a choice. I think this must be the way, right?
Yes.
Yes, we've looked everywhere else. So I will spam Y on my keyboard.
Mm-hmm. And walk forward.
Walk
Yeah.
forward.
Okay.
I press Y, then press it again to undo it, and then press it again to undo it, and then press it again.
Okay. Yeah. Your game crashes, and you are no longer allowed to play in this.
Excellent.
He just kind of glitches into a wall and then vanishes. Okay. Yeah. You start moving through these tunnels here. Again, it gets very cold now. It starts to get so cold, I think, that you start to feel the effects once again of that immense and intense cold of Uma that exists outside of the angel's influence. And the tunnels start to snake and wind again. But this one, really, there's only one real way to move through, and you can follow a set of minecart tracks through this tunnel. In places, you lose them and maybe pick up on them again, but generally speaking, you're able to follow the tracks. They told you to follow the minecart tracks through the caves to find the way out, and you're able to sort of do that here. Let me see what happens if I bring you over to this map. Now, I believe, don't move your tokens just yet. Yes, okay. So, eventually the caverns kind of open up, and again you hear more of those strange creatures shifting and shuffling around in here. It sounds smaller than the pentadrone, but you get the sense that there are a few of them in here. As you sort of move into this cavernway, you can see that it's opening up into an actual cavern here. Don't move your token means don't move your token, by the way.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I'm going to put that one down to ADHD, but you get one a week. Yeah, the best parent of all time. You get one ADHD a week. I'm glad that you're the only person that has no view, no sight. Actually, I think you do have a torch.
I can't
right?
see anything. Don't worry.
Yeah, as you step into this frozen cavern, the cold becomes immense. Like, it is biting, and it bites into your very bone marrow, you feel like. Okay. Now you can move.
I see movement up ahead. Please be careful.
Again,
The
you
small
do.
things again.
You hear them. You see them chittering and moving about. Red lights in the dark.
Oh yeah, I'll see one over here. I'll relay that. It's one over here.
Yeah, roll me stealth checks.
Oh, good God.
Good thing.
18.
Yeah, I'm crunching on the ice. I think that I'm whispering, but it's just a loud orc whisper. I see something over here.
Alright. Give me a sec.
Very orcish of you.
How very orcish of you.
Yeah.
Oh, very orcish of you.
Okay, I'm going to... Okay, yeah, 10. So yeah, 2 of you fail this as you crunch through the ice. You see this creature kind of notice you all of a sudden. You know what? Let's roll some initiatives for this.
Yeah, let's.
I've never rolled a good initiative roll this entire campaign. Nothing higher than 11.
Dex-based character.
All those dex-based characters with terrible initiatives. Let me give these guys some colors to discern them from one another. One thing that I always forget when I build maps. Okay. I'm just going to roll them all on one initiative. Because they are weird little gestalt creatures. Oh, rolled 2, great. Okay, so it's actually a 6. What is your dexterity score, Sia?
My dex score is 18.
Okay, so you will go before the creature does. Okay, so you get the sense that it's seen you in this moment here, but you know it hasn't immediately sort of like jumped out and rushed over to you or anything like that. Jilden, it's your turn. We're in initiative order here. What do you want to do?
Okay. He's seen it on the left-hand path.
Yes.
Okay. Then
You
I'll
pointed
step
it out.
Yeah. I step forward slightly. I still can't see them, so.
Are we in combat just yet, or do we get?
You're in
something?
initiative. You're in turn order. I'm just going to put you in turn order to do stuff for a second because you kind of are in combat, but I want to see what you do.
Okay.
But they don't look like they're aggressively about to start attacking us.
They always look like they're aggressively about to start attacking you if you can see them and they can see you.
Okay, and we've noticed that they've noticed us.
Yeah, these are these little mono drones that are like smallest little ones that can fly. This one is just sort of like moving around, just really like basic movements, and then it stops and you see some flickering of red lights in the distance, and then that's where we're at.
Okay.
A question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming now that we're in a turn order, if I wanted to say something like to them, I'd have to wait for my turn, correct?
No, not really. I think if anything, if you guys want to role play on your turn, then that's completely fine by me. If you're having like a full blown sit down talk, then not really. But you can sort of have quick exchanges, unless it's something like mechanical. There are certain things that you can do with speech that are mechanical. They're not that. But if you just want to have a quick back and forth,
Okay.
you can. What you can't do is move your character at all.
Oh, sorry.
You get one.
So distracted about. I was.
You want a week.
You want a week?
One a week.
I don't have many hardcore rules. Okay, don't draw on the map, and no ADHD.
Right, and you follow that rule.
I absolutely would never.
Yeah, okay.
I've never sat down at you know. You never told me I couldn't draw on your maps.
I just assumed that you would follow the same rules in my campaigns that you force us to follow in yours.
What happens when you assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
okay.
that's it.
Pass it, you and me.
Right.
But yeah, you can have a quick sort of chat. You know.
I speak to the thing, so
you want to
I'll
speak to
just
the
wait
thing?
till my turn. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, are we back to me choosing then?
Yes.
Then I will
Sorry.
hold my action.
Mhm.
I will hold my action until something gets close by.
And you'll do what?
In which case, then I will use Primal Savagery and make a melee spell attack against them once they get close to me.
Okay. Thrak.
I would probably say something like, should I destroy it? Anyone respond to that?
I have an idea. I don't know if it will work, but it's worth a try, I think.
Okay, I would like to hold my action. I'm going to cast Firebolt only if something attacks one of us.
Okay. Fireball on this creature, yeah?
Oh,
Or you're just going to cast it into the...
I would. Is it possible that I could just say, like, I will cast Fireball on the first thing that attacks any of us?
Absolutely, you can, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Sia.
Can I use a bonus action and then hold an action, or can I only hold an action?
I assume you can use a bonus action and then hold an action. Is holding an action an action?
I think so.
Then, yeah, I would assume so.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to stand by Jilden. Then I'm going to use... I'm going to assume that Jilden can't see these creatures. So I'm going to, again, place one hand over the other, and I make a kind of like a chittering or skittering kind of a gesture, and you're going to see 4 purple spiders crawl out towards these creatures in dancing lights is what I'm casting, just so that the area here is illuminated. As these little purple spiders now sit and cast 10 radius of light per spider.
Yeah. Or
Just,
accidentally lit that area up, but yeah. That's a dance.
Clarification.
Yeah.
You may use your action and reaction to hold your action only, using a specific trigger, and when that trigger occurs, you may A, continue to hold your action, B, spend your action to do the thing you stated, or C, spend your action to dash. So you can actually just like run away instead.
Yeah, you can take the
Doing the thing you
dash action as an action.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It does consume your reaction as well, which is a part that we should probably remember.
Yeah, that's the important part of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it doesn't really mean, yeah. You can still bonus action, then ready your action.
I just hold my staff up and ready to thwack down if anything comes close enough.
Okay. The monodrone uses its action to activate all the other monodrones in the area.
Oh.
Excellent. Excellent.
You hear more noises coming from further down the tunnel. And then you hear a very loud noise. Something else awakens in this cavern. You hear that noise coming from slightly sort of northeast of you. What happens first is the cold in this room becomes incredibly intense. Jilden and Sia, please make me dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throws.
Yes.
All right.
Oh
Wow.
my god. That's
Wow,
the,
two
oh my.
nat ones.
You're dead.
No, roll me a d2.
Both of us?
Yeah.
1.
Jilden,
2.
you're here. Sia, you're here. A huge wall of ice rushes down the tunnel. You sort of see some of it split the cavern ahead of you in two. It strikes and rushes along the wall and splits some of you off from Jilden. This, in front of you, this area freezes over, the thick wall of ice. There's another wall that is that appears kind of here.
Oh.
I'm also going to add my friend Frozen Fred to the turn order.
Frozen Fred.
On a 9.
Oh.
Okay, so Cirrus, you hear something drone, some sort of magical drone coming from deeper within this cavern. You hear something kind of awaken, and as soon as it does, this kind of arcane energy, this cold, washes out over the cavern, significantly reducing the temperature in here, but also creating a huge wall of ice between you guys and Jilden. There is something further into this cave that has awakened. You can also hear a bunch of those little chittering creatures as well that seem to be reacting, but it is your turn.
I'm going to move forward a bit here. I am going to shout into the cavern. Yeah, I just bear down and I bring my hands to my mouth and I shout, "Wir Vänner!" We're friend, hoping that by speaking Goliath and saying that we are friend, that it does anything.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check, I guess. Some sort of charisma-based check. Yeah, let's go persuasion.
Oh gosh. It's a great time to not have any charisma whatsoever.
A 13. That's your response.
What did
Okay.
it say back?
I do not think it is friend. How thick is this ice?
The ice in front of
Pretty
you.
thick, huh?
It's thick
Yeah.
enough that you don't seem to be able to see Jilden very clearly through the other side of it. She's sort of like a complete blur. It's sort of 5 or 6 feet thick.
Okay, I would like to firebolt it.
Okay.
$12.
12.
So to hit, right?
Yeah. It does have an AC.
Huh.
It hits
Cool. 11 points?
for 11 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, you make a tiny little dent in it.
Okay. Okay, that's it for me then.
All right. Jilden on the other side of the wall.
When, if I wild shape, does it break concentration? On a spell?
Let's Google it. I don't know. I don't think it does it? Because you still have your brain stats. Does
It
wild
shouldn't do.
shape break concentration? I don't think it does, but we'll double check. Yeah, you can still concentrate.
Okay.
I realized that last time you did fireball or the ball of fire as a bear, and I was like, can you do that? And I googled it.
Well, you can't cast the spell as the...
No, but like once you've cast it, you can then keep it up and move it around and stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's the question, I suppose. Would I be able to move it around? Because that's a bonus action.
I don't know.
So I'm not entirely sure. I think last time I wasn't in bear form anymore when I used it. But I might be
You
mistaken.
can in Baldur's Gate 3.
You can in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you can. Like the thing with wild shape is you take on the physical characteristics, but you retain all of your brain power and stuff. Almost threw up. Just so the idea of thinking about brain power, I didn't really. But yeah, I would imagine that because you sort of retain the int, whiz, and charisma elements, you can keep spells going. So therefore, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to move them around.
In that case, I cast Flaming Sphere again and attempt to use it as a battering ram to the ice wall behind me.
Okay.
Which I could have done last time, but I read it too slowly. But you can ram something with the action, so...
Right.
Yes, I would attempt to ram the wall.
All right. There is your sphere. Okay, what does the ramming do?
It would... That's 2d6. It's probably... Saving throw against it. It's a saving throw, but I'm assuming the wall wouldn't be able to make a saving throw, so...
Yeah, I think it just fails.
so it takes 4 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action wild shape into a brown bear. You hear this horrendous modulated roar again from the other side of the wall, probably intensified by this wall. But in Jordan's weird little.
A clicker from Last of Us, right?
Yeah.
Clicker bear.
And I want the sphere to just be melted through this wall slowly if it can, because it's a pretty intense heat, while I stand guard at the wall in my bear form.
Yeah, Qui-Gon in Phantom Menace when he's got the lightsaber in the door.
Nothing you've ever done is original at any point. There will be a Star Wars reference to be made.
Even this campaign is a rip-off of one of my other campaigns, so about 3 other campaigns really. So yeah, we're within the folds of nothing will ever be original again now. We're too deep in. Okay. Yeah, and that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay, Thrak.
How high up is this wall? Is it all the way
It goes
down?
all the way to the ceiling, which is about 15 feet up.
15 feet, okay. Is the cavern we're in, like does it get bigger?
The cavern ahead of you gets much taller, yes.
Much
It's,
taller, okay.
it's like 50 or so feet up.
Can I see through
At its peak.
the little hole that was made by the firebolt?
Roll me a D2. If you roll a 1, then it didn't make a hole. It just sort of made a dent. With 2 people kind of going at... Yeah, with a 2, I think there is a little tiny hole between the flaming sphere and the firebolt. You can see through and see Jilden.
Okay, I'll look. Best thing to do would be to break this thing down, but I don't think I have anything to do it. I'll look to Cirrus and say, I'll go with Jilden. You stay here with Sia, and I'll Misty Step through.
Okay.
So I think I like to imagine that, like, as I'm talking, like a misty shape of myself is still there talking to you, and then it just kind of fades away as I through the hole, and I show up over here with Jilden. And that is all I can do.
Okay. From deep within the cavern, there is a burst of noise and then a burst of cold that you feel wash out. It doesn't affect you or it doesn't hurt you or anything like that, but you definitely sense that it's dropping the temperature in this cave, or something seems to be going on further into the cave at least that's doing something like that. But for now, that's it. Sia, your turn.
Okay, I think I see Thrak leave, and I'm now stuck alone with Cirrus. So I'm going to look at Cirrus, smile, and then I'm going to run my full distance in this direction, up north.
Okay.
Let me see if I can broadcast that. Yeah. So that's going to be 40 feet that way. So by this thing here.
Right.
Just to see what's going on.
You
I
see
what's
him.
going on. I do see him.
Yes, you see several things really. You see this enormous wall of ice, but you also see Frossenvred. He is embedded within a wall of ice over there. There's this. The wall just sort of continues onwards, but the creature is part of the cavern and part of the cavern wall, in the sense that this enormous thing is sort of stuck in there, but you can make out several things as you look at him. The creature itself is probably about 15 feet tall. It's got this kind of crystalline form. Its body appears to be made entirely of sort of shimmering ice. The ice, however, seems to be sort of layered over an intricate set of magical runes and metallic and stone and wooden components, much like the drones are, but just on a huge scale. There are red lights flashing from within him, much like the smaller creatures have, but there are 4 large runes that sit on the chest of this creature, which are 2 circles with a square in. You might recognize one on the map in front of him. These runes are around the cavern as well. They match the shape. They kind of very lightly and softly glow on the ground, and they pulse in time with the 4 runes that are on Fred's chest. So I think those are the things that you immediately notice that I'll give you. On top of that, you also see some more of these little creatures that are chittering and moving, these kind of strange constructs that are sighting you up and targeting you. Again, the red lights on them pulsing and shifting.
Okay. All right. I see all that. I'm then going to, put my foot on this stalagmite and, with Step of the Wind, push back towards the wall and relay that information to, that's 40 feet from there to there, to Cirrus, and say, yeah, I found him. And then, I relay the information about, I try as much as I can do to say something about the runes on his chest, as well as, there's a rune on the ground that looks like it too. But I also rolled a 6 wisdom just to see if, perhaps Seer might think what I'm thinking as a gamer, but I don't think so. So, I'm then going to just start beating down on the wall to try and, chip to get the others with us.
Okay.
18 to hit the wall.
18 hits the wall.
11 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then... there we go. That's my 3rd natural 1.
3rd one. All right. You know what you got to do. Roll me a d20.
All right. Makes sense. Smacking a wall as well. 15.
15, you open a wound and you lose 1d6 HP from blood loss. Roll me a d6.
Right.
And tell me what happens. How do you do this?
So it's only 1 point of damage. So I think what happens is that, I'm swinging down at this glacial wall in front of me, and I'm using a tree branch to do it. It's not really a monk weapon necessarily. It's not something that's been fashioned into something that my sect would classify as a weapon. So I think perhaps I go down to use what would normally be a pretty routine, like a downward swing, but don't account for a small branch which just nicks me in the forearm as I swing down.
Okay. Yep, you can carry on.
Okay. So that was so that doesn't do anything then.
Correct. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Monodrones. Let's have these ones move down here. Can they actually get to you? This one can. Oh, actually, do they need to? I think they do. No. Okay, this one will move to here. This one will move into the doorway here. And then Jilden, these little things sort of launch those tiny mini javelins towards you. On a 17 and a 14.
Both hit.
You will take 5 piercing damage in total from those 2 as they just sort of target you, and then these little javelins launch outwards. From further in the cave, can you still see them? You can. You would observe that these other drones don't really do anything. They move a little bit, but they seem to be sort of holding position there. And I don't think I can hit you for no. So that'll be the end of their turn. Cirrus, it's your turn.
I say they seem to be defending that sigil I was talking about.
Break the sigils. Break the runes.
I don't know. Step on them.
Is there one back here, Seer, in this cavern?
Where we
Like
are,
back over
yes,
here?
but it's very far away. It's over there.
Okay.
I'd be very careful if I were you. There is a very scary person over there. He's rather quite
no,
frozen. You may know him
I
as
agree.
Fred.
I will walk up to this wall of ice, and I will unsheath my sword, and I will start slashing at it, hoping that between the heat and just the blade, I can kind of chip away at it.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Yep. It's a crit against a wall.
14 slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you're just chipping away.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Yeah, you're just chipping away at the wall. There's a flaming sphere doing some work. You guys are kind of all working together to just hit this wall and chip away at it, which you're doing. You are chipping away at it.
How does it look? Pretty hard?
It looks, you've probably made a couple of holes in it. You're making some progress. Gildan, your turn.
Okay. 30 feet away. Excellent. Yes, I will run over to this yellow, a small drone, this monodrone, and I will use my multi-attack. I will bite it and then I will claw it.
Okay.
15 to hit on a bite.
15 will hit, I think. Let me just... Why doesn't it happen to you? Why did you close? 15 does hit, yes.
Yes, and a 24, which I should will hit as well. So that's 23 slashing damage.
Yeah, I mean, you just obliterate this thing. It turns to dust.
Nice. And then let's see. Up to 30 feet. Okay. The flaming sphere will stay where it is.
Okay.
And I will stay here at this wall for now.
Right.
Is this a rune I see in front of me?
It is. You see a glowing rune on the ground. 2 circles with a square on the inside.
Okay, I will shout, Drax, deal with this drone. There's a rune here. And I don't... Would Jordan have heard them talk about the rune from the other side of the wall, was it?
Yeah.
Or
There's a
the-
hole
okay.
in the wall at this point, so you can hear.
Okay, great. Awesome. Then that is the end of my turn.
All right, Thrak.
Yep, I'll move up and I'll go ahead and do a little bit of firebolt. Out of my 18.
It's going to hit.
Or again, 20
Ooh.
maximum damage.
He's
I don't know.
broken. He's
Destroyed.
I'm
broken.
just an incredible wizard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thrak doesn't say
destroys
that.
everything.
I do. That's Orcish, by the way, speaking, not Thrak.
Thanks,
Most
man.
people are confused. They're like, he's speaking Orcish? Thrak is speaking Orcish right now? Yeah, you obliterate it. It just, it turns to dust as it gets struck.
Excellent. Okay, and then I will move. What was I? Yeah. 10, 15, 10. Okay, I'll move over here.
All right. From deep within the cavern, another pulse of intense cold that sort of washes over you here at the sort of outer reaches of the cavern, but nothing mechanical happens to you. Sia, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to punch the wall mechanically with my staff.
Okay.
9 to hit the wall.
9 is a miss. Well, it's not miss, but it just doesn't do any damage, I guess.
Right, okay. And a 15 to hit.
15 does do some damage to this wall.
8 points of bludgeoning on the wall.
All right, 8 points of bludgeoning on the wall. Yep, you're chipping away. You're making a good dent in it now.
Can't wait for him to make another one.
All right. It almost feels like we're not supposed to have been doing this.
No, I fully expected you to launch a fireball at this thing straight away.
Well, it would have killed all of us. So I didn't.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
suppose I should roll the damage for. Oh,
You sort of
yes, roll
technically
damage for the
did
sphere.
throw a fireball at it, I guess. Flaming sphere. Yeah, does it do damage? Yeah, roll it.
Yeah. 5.
Okay.
8.
That also does a lot to help you make a dent.
Does the fire damage appear to be doing more damage than we'd expect it to do against the ice wall?
Absolutely, yeah. It's melting it away.
Okay. All right, that's my turn.
That's the end of your turn. Okay. These little monodrones are holding position over by the other sigil to the north east of you. Cirrus, your turn.
Hilariously, I'm going to continue attacking the wall.
Yep.
To bring this wall down. So it's
24 hits.
24. 5 slashing damage.
Chipping
Making ice
away.
cubes.
Just making nice ice cubes. Ice cubes falling away in perfect cubes at the bottom of the wall here. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, that's it. Nope, that's it.
All right, Jildan, your turn.
Right, I'm going to head over to this rune and take a gander at it.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, now, would I be checking as the bear or those children?
I guess it's mental faculties, right? So, I guess children.
Yeah. Well, what are you trying to do? You trying to smell it?
No, I suppose I'm trying to brain.
Figure
Think
out
about
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcana check.
It's a 9.
A 9. Yeah, I mean it's a strange sigil, that one that you probably don't recognize. You get the sense that you have to interface with it magically, but how or what you're not quite sure.
This might take someone smarter than me.
I'll paw at it slightly and see if it does anything, I suppose.
Yeah, you sort of scratch at it, but really you get this kind of odd sense, almost like putting your hand through a hologram as you scratch at the ice underneath. Your paw scratches through the sigil. It doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like an illusion or like light. As you're moving your paw through it, you're just touching the bottom of the ice, the cave here.
And there's nothing else out of place in this cave. It's just this sigil on the ground.
Correct. Yes, it's pretty much just a natural cave beyond that.
In which case I will...
An icy cave, very frozen over. There's ice over everything, but other than that, yeah.
I will return up the shaft to switch places with Thrak.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
Thrak, it's your turn.
Okay, I will walk down to the rune and take a knee, and I'll pick up some of the snow and let it fall through my fingers like I'm Maximus Aurelius before a battle, and then I will study the sigil.
Yep, give me an Arcana check.
16.
Yeah, this is an abjuration ward of some sort, which means it's sort of to do with protection, things like that, or spells that might cause like shields or invulnerability, that kind of thing. This is clearly linked to something else. The way that you would, you can do one of two things. You can enhance the rune, or you can sort of depower it. Either way, you just have to imbue it with magic in some way or form. Essentially, you need to take an action to magically interact with this rune. to do one of those two things. It's entirely up to you to flavor how you do that, but it's an action and a spellcaster will need to interface with this rune to either give it more power or depower it.
Okay.
You're kind of just charging it with magical and arcane energy to do one of those two things. You're fully
are on its belly.
You're fully aware of what that means and how that translates to you, you know, mechanically.
Right.
But
but I don't know if charging it or decharging it is the correct.
Right, yeah. The whoever made this set of runes and whatever it's and you know, you've heard that the runes match 4 that are on this other creature that was described by Sia, that are on its chest in the other room. You can hear the other creature kind of making strange noises. But yeah, for what purpose and what they do, it's quite hard for you to discern because it's just bizarre ancient Goliath magic. But you do understand the magic itself and how the runes work and what they are to a degree.
Well, that's my turn.
Okay. Again, yeah, there's just another sort of burst of cold that comes from deeper within the cavern, bringing us back round to Sia's turn.
Okay, there's a burst of cold, but at the same time, I don't see anything that's changed here. Thankfully, no more walls have sprung up in this location either. I'm going to, again, in this turn, just run real fast. Use all my movement to look to see if anything's changed. Nothing appears to have changed.
Nothing
He's
has
still
changed.
where he was.
Yep, it looks exactly the same. He's still kind of embedded in a wall over there. And there are these little mono drones. They're fully aware of you. They're just kind of moving in this same area. Yeah.
I'm going to use my action to sprint back.
Okay.
Nothing's changed. And then my turn.
Mono drones move around a little, seem to be aware of your presence, but don't do anything, bringing us to Sirius's turn.
This is so tense. I feel like I'm wasting turns here, and I have no idea what that thing's doing up there. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah. Me and this wall, we are having a time. I am, just wailing on it.
Okay.
So, 17.
The
more,
and the devil.
And I will say,
yeah. What do you want to say?
The more everyone is like, I feel like I'm wasting turns. Every time I say I'm attacking this wall, you're like, okay. I'm like, this is not what I should be doing right now, but we cannot be separated.
Yeah, give
we
me
are
the
Quura.
give me the attack roll. Actually, on Jildan, on your turn, did you do damage with the sphere?
No.
I don't even know if you said yes or no then. That was incredible. You said meow.
Well, technically, it would do damage on the wall's turn. So.
Yeah, I'm taking it as on your turn, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I think that's another 4.
All right. Okay. And then Sirius chops away 9 ice cubes from this thing. Yeah, there's not much of it left. If you get the sense that if you hit it one more time with something, you'll probably be able to break through in or create enough of a space for Thrak and Jildan to get through, or for you guys to be able to move through this wall. You've made enough of a hole here just to do it. A little more damage. Let's say, I don't know, 3 HP.
So the wall is still standing?
The wall, there's just not quite enough space, you don't think, to fit through yet. If you hit it one more time with something, you probably will make that space.
Cool. Thank you, that's it for me.
Okay, Jildan, your turn.
All right, then the spear will go to work still. It's another 8 damage.
Yes, and for all intents and purposes, you destroy this wall, or you create like a hole through it in such a way that you're able to justifiably move back and forth through this area again.
And I look towards Thrak and let him know, appraise him of the situation, and work my way back towards this end of the cavern.
Yes, and I will hold an action. I will hold a melee multi-attack in case something comes close to me. But that is my action.
Okay. You're currently a bear.
Yes. Can I hold an action as a bear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just giving you a token that you can be.
I'm a bear.
Yeah. So that we know. All right. Then it's Thrak's turn.
Okay. I think Thrak sort of rams his staff into the ice, and then he sits cross-legged I'm gonna say in the middle of the room, so I'll move him. That's the middle of the room, and he just sort of breathes and meditates for a moment, and then you see sort of like wispy orbs of arcane magic start to rise from him, and he places his hands down on the room, and you see him sort of draw power out of the room. And something happens.
Yeah. You're depowering it.
Yes.
Okay. Let me. This rune stops. Is glowing. It's no longer there. You get the sense that it could be reactivated, but you don't see it anymore. You more sense the arcane energy as you depower this rune. What else do you do on your turn?
I will move back over here and shout, "I've depowered this room!"
Okay, great.
Yes, excellent. Come back. Come back.
Another sensation of horrendous cold pushing through the tunnels, and it's Seer's turn.
Okay, I think with that destroyed, I'm going to fit through this gap because I'm curious as to what's going on further in. It's 40 feet to get to that location just past where they were. And I see just a series of dead ends, and at this point I don't feel like it's smart to break from the party. Not because I'm necessarily scared, but I'm not stupid. I know the walls can come up, and we know this thing is deadly. So I will stick by and say, well, there's one rune to the far east, and one to the north. There might be one to the west as well. There were 4 in total.
We know for sure there's 4 runes we need to deactivate.
I saw 4 on its chest, yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if there are 4 in this room, but it would make sense to me. And during this discussion, I think you might notice that Seer's not like leering or like being a prick. He's just being very like this is the information.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yeah. All right. Monodrones continue to just do very little other than kind of stay where they are, watching you, guarding that rune. It is Sirius's turn.
Yeah. I shout, "Are we moving down this way?" And I point to where Seer is standing.
I would say we have to check. There could be a room down here.
Yeah. Can I get by you, Jilden? Or like how big is the bear can I squeeze by you?
I am
Yeah.
both
We can go
large
past our
and
lives.
stinky, but you can push past me.
Okay.
Yeah, what about your character, Mark?
Wow. I take a look at everyone. Everyone looks fine. I guess I will do an emboldening bond. Let me just quickly double check how many times, how many creatures I can affect. I think it's my proficiency bonus, which is 3 now. Perfect. So I will cast emboldening bond on everyone. You can forge an empowering bond among people who are at peace with one another. As an action, you choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. This can include yourself. Equal to your proficiency bonus, you create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes. Each creature can add the d4 no more than once per turn.
Would you say that you guys are all at peace with one another?
I'm not sure.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, and you're doing it to these 3?
I'm certainly at peace with Cirrus and Thrak, but not Seer.
Your proficiency is 3, so you've got to pick 3 people. Not 3 plus you, just 3.
Yeah, 3 total. Can I do an insight roll to figure out how people are feeling about each other?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is really sort of up to everyone else as well, really. So, I don't know.
I mean, I think if you get a score of 2 or higher, you know everyone hates Sia. That's just my opinion.
Oh. Okay.
It's always just hard to say because, you know, I don't know. This isn't up to me exactly. It's up to them whether they are willing to disclose this information. But you can roll an insight check. Let's have you roll 1 insight check, and that can be your flat check, and then we can decide whether the others want to try and hide and mask that fact from you.
Okay. 10.
10. All right. So I guess everyone else, if you want, you can roll a deception check to try and not provide this information if you think you've been doing so. This, I think, would be a passive insight check that has been made by Cirrus over the time that you've spent together recently. Just to get an idea of whether she feels like you guys are at peace with one another or with her. So,
as far as you can tell, Seer doesn't necessarily care either way about anybody, so he's not at war with anybody. So he'd be at peace with them, but
yeah, okay.
Deception, right?
Deception, yep. You are free to sort of...
I have complete control of the campaign now.
You're the GM seconds. Now. You're sort of free to determine how at least Thrak has been sort of ensuring people might feel like he feels, you know. What's he been doing to sort of guard the fact that he might be or might not be at peace with some of the other party members?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think he would hide he'd have reactions to some of the things people say and do, and I guess he's good at hiding them by maybe turning his face or waiting until people aren't looking.
Yeah,
but there is an emotion he's feeling that is certainly not peace towards, I think, Sia and maybe others, but you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you might notice when the spell doesn't work.
Yeah, okay, cool. This is so cool.
But, yeah, okay, what about Jill then?
Oh, she's quite at peace with Cirrus at least, and Thrak.
Alright. Okay, so, yeah, first of all, who are your targets for this spell?
Yeah, based on this information, I'm gonna go Thrak, me, and Jildan.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to whether Thrak feels like he's at peace with Cirrus and Jilden as to whether this takes effect.
Um,
Well, there's a sort of Venn diagram of how this might work, because you could be at peace with Cirrus and not Jilden. It just you wouldn't get the effects if you're within 30 feet of Jilden, but you would while you're within 30 feet of Cirrus.
okay, is that how it works, or is it just like all of them have to be at peace with each other for any of them to get any effects?
No, I mean, it says, as an action, you choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. You create a magical bond. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number. So I would imagine that, yeah, as long as you're bonded to one of them, it would work. If you're bonded to just, yeah, if you do feel at peace with Cirrus, then while you're within 30 feet of her, it would work. But if it wouldn't just stop the spell from working, you just have to be within 30 feet of the people you are at peace with.
I think it works.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, so we didn't need to have any of that conversation.
Well, you gave me, your rambling on about statistics gave me time to think about my character. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a nice little, it was an intriguing moment that gave us a lot to think about, I think, as viewership, which I was as well just then. All right. So yeah, fine. Yeah, the emboldening bond is active between all three of you. I'll put a little thing on each of you that sort of suggests that each of you is linked in some way. I'll give you, I don't know what that is, but you can have it, the symbol of the Empire, whatever that is. That's the bear, which is Jilden, and I can't see the other Jilden token, so it's on bear Jilden token. Okay. Right, the three of you have the emboldening bond. So while you're within 30 feet of one another, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw you make. You can do it once per turn, and you can use this video. Okay, so yeah, I don't know when this ends.
It's for 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
forever basically. Yeah, in combat terms, it's infinite. Okay, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, Jilden, your turn.
Yes, wonderful. Well, since everybody's come on this side of the wall, which is not what I was expecting, then I will continue. Says 40 feet. Yes, so I'll go over there. Stop. That's all you hear.
All right.
She's just saying that out loud. There's no
Yes,
actually.
Stop.
And I will have my flaming sphere follow me as well. A little bit further back because it's only got 30 foot range.
You have 40 feet of movement on the bear.
Yes?
And you can do an action. You could take another dash action and do another 40 feet if you want.
Yes, that might be inadvisable. Let me just double check.
Entirely up to you. Yeah, don't have to do it.
So this sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet, by the way.
Sphere?
The sphere. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, up to 30 feet movement, yes, it's okay.
That work.
I am going to sniff.
It worked.
It did.
Yeah,
I think so.
It did something.
Let's see. I don't
Yeah, it's working.
Anyway, I'm going to just sniff and see if I can smell anything unusual around the corner, I suppose.
All right. Yeah. Give me a perception check.
I get advantage on this one. Which is my bear-like status, 19.
There's
Forget your
absolutely
D4.
nothing around this corner.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Ability.
And yeah, you do have advantage. Still have another eyeball as well, right? long does that
No, I
last?
think that's gone.
Is it gone?
That was like 4 hours. I think.
Oh yeah, it's long gone. Okay.
Yeah. Then I will creep forward towards this corner.
Okay.
And that is it. And that's my turn.
Okay. Yes, I'll give you vision on the bear in a minute. as
No,
well.
wait, I can't creep forward because I used my bonus action to move the sphere. Never mind. Ignore me.
You still have an action which you can use to dash.
Oh, yeah, okay, right. ignore me.
Yep,
I'm going back.
It's alright. It's getting late. Okay.
I'm just dumb. Don't make excuses.
Right. It's your turn.
All right, I'll move. 10, 25, 20, 25, 30. And then I'll ahead and take the dash action. 5. 30. I still can't see anything up here.
Sense of chill. Seer, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to press on in that same direction. So 40 feet will bring me just in front of Jildan the bear. And then I see the end of the hallway. It's a straight line. I'm going to use my action to dash another 40 feet to here.
Yep.
And then when I get here, I'm going to then, as I move here, I'm going to be leaving those purple spiders behind, leaving 10 feet of bright light in a line here.
Okay.
So they should be able to see through here and see where I am and where to go. And I just relay that the cavern opens up this way. That's my turn, I suppose.
All right. Monodrones are just kind of moving around somewhere else in the cave. Cirrus, it's your turn.
I'm going to run forward.
Myre, can you clear that ruler?
And
Myre, please clear the ruler.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much.
Is he out of the campaign?
He is. He's.
The
I
time
mean,
to
that's,
tap in
that's,
Booster Greg finally.
But the ruler doesn't draw. The ruler doesn't draw, okay? It's just a feature
It
called
upsets me. I
linger.
have OCD. I have extreme OCD and it's upsetting me. No, it's just, you know,
Think-
it's completely in the way of everyone and the worst thing ever, that's all. Okay, Cirrus,
You're
your turn.
welcome.
yeah, I just I run forward. I think I can also dash, right?
You
That
can,
would
yes.
give me 60.
Yep, so you use your action to move again,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes, I will do that. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, Jildan.
Again. Why do I exist? These walls are just solid, I'm assuming. You can't go over them.
The walls? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
can't go over them.
Alright, the sphere will move up here. And I will move. Yeah, I'll just use my bonus action to move
Bonus
twice.
action to move.
My action to move. Up here.
Alright.
So I'm now looking into this strange cavern area. And that is my turn.
Alright. Thrak, your turn.
Right. I'm gonna just use my dash again. And that's a dead end. Alright, excellent job, me.
No, you know it's a dead end.
I know it's a dead end now. So, this is a dead end! Don't come down this way.
Noted.
Why are you yelling?
Well, because Cirrus is all the way down there. Can't see ya.
Not quite far.
Oh, that's
It's
my
almost
turn.
time.
Alright.
The threatening's going to begin soon.
Threatening. Threatening begins probably next turn. Sia.
Okay, it's my turn now. I suppose I am going to unfortunately have to use the draw to show you where I'm going. 40 feet this way. There you go. So that's my movement. And I see that everything here is as I saw it before.
Yeah.
The frozen one's still there, still guarding that one area. And it seems as if those drones are also still right where I saw them before. I'm going to relay that information back. And then I'm going to stand here because there's no point me sprinting ahead. Not without, you know, the meaty wizard and the meaty bear and the meaty cleric.
Okay. Cirrus.
It's an all-meat diet. That's my turn.
going to hoof it up here. Get close to my friends.
Okay. Jilden,
Yes, I'm a bear in a mine.
you are
A bear
A
in a
mine
mine.
bear.
I'm a
mine bear.
bear in a mine. Where's my flaming sphere gone? I can't see it. Oh, no, I found it. It's here somewhere. Yes, it can only move 30 feet, so. It'll catch up eventually. It'll catch up eventually!
It's huffing and puffing, chasing
Please
after you.
don't burn us.
And then I will step down. I'm assuming I step down here.
Yes, this is all completely accessible, yeah.
And I step down behind this pillar area. And end my turn.
Thrak,
I'm going to look to Cirrus, and I'm going to say I've never tried this before. And then a song comes on. Let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. And then I cast fly on myself, and I start flying away from her.
all right.
I can move 60 feet now.
Well, you're out of the campaign, but yeah. Okay, yeah, you start flying. Flies through the air like Scott Stapp at a Super Bowl.
I'm out here.
He's out here. All right.
I've gone there.
This wave of cold that pulses out, you now get the sense that it's coming from this creature that is embedded within this wall, within the cavern wall, the ice. I think you guys, Thrak and Bear Jilden, are close enough that you get the sense of this, like, this cold energy, like, pushing out from this thing. Yeah, it's like blowing through your fur and sort of like freezing the air around the cavern and the cave itself. But the creature appears to just be completely stuck here. You can see kind of lights flickering within the ice, and you can see that 3 of the 4 runes on its chest are lit up. One of them is missing now. It is Sia's turn.
Okay, right. I think I am going to probably now move again, so I'll have to use the ruler 40 feet down this way, not going down into that little plateau, but just staying up here with the rest of my group.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is unknown, so I'm not going to attack it until I know more about it. I'm going to just stand here and observe. That's my turn.
Okay, monodrones are just kind of moving around down there, moving about in a creepy way. Cirrus.
I'm gonna move 30 feet. I can finally see some stuff, sort of. Yeah, I will dash again to...
Oh. I'll relate to my party, or to Cirrus, who just come to me right now.
Mhm. Yes.
I see where the 4th and final one is. It's all the way where we were before.
Oh.
All the way down, round a corner.
Oh no.
There's a big wall in the way.
Is the wall going all the way to the cavern ceiling?
Yes. We have to get past Fred to get to the other rooms.
Wait, is
There
it
is
in
one
this
room.
giant cavern too? It goes all the way to the ceiling, Fred?
Fred is in here with us right now.
Yeah, but you can see
He's
Fred.
inside
He's
the
lit
house.
up.
I'm asking if the wall that he made is going all the way to the cavern
This wall,
ceiling,
yes,
or can
yes,
I
it is,
fly
yeah.
over it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Miranda.
We have to get past Fred to get to the rune. Is that what you're saying?
We can get one more rune before we have to get... Well, he's standing in front of the only room we can get to. Then we have to get past him to get to the rest. And those are guarded by those drones.
I see. Might be 2 of us need to distract him while the others go for the rune.
Yeah, someone quick. Seer.
I could.
Yes, I'll go with Seer. You'll go get the rune. I'll deal with the droids. You'll deal with the rune, okay?
All right.
Would I? No, I haven't actually interacted with the room myself. I don't know if I can because it's a magical aptitude thing, right?
You have some magical aptitude now.
I do.
Then
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
you
I
can.
do.
As long as you are a spellcaster, which I think everyone is. So yeah, you should be able to.
Okay.
Okay, Sirius, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Jill then.
Right, yes, I will inch forward. Wait, first I will bring the sphere with me. What a pain in the ass this is right now. So far away. Yes, there. Right. Right, I'm inching towards this rune. Still can't see very much.
Right, yeah, you have a lantern around your neck.
Oh, wonderful.
Right, that's how you have light.
Yes, of course.
For viewers, she can see about this much around herself.
I can't see anything.
I can't really show you,
Direct me, Seer. Where should I go?
Okay. Well, there's a rune directly here. However, you want to go down round here to get to the next one. On my turn, I think I'll just put the spiders down so to light a way, like a runway.
Right, okay. And then I will use my bonus action to move and continue going. And I arrive here. Which may be very dangerous for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I see him! I see him! He's in front of me!
Yes.
All right, Thrak.
Okay, so Thrak, I don't know if you guys ever saw the, you can keep me out of campaign. So that Super Bowl Thanksgiving halftime show where the man was floating around. Let's go there. That is happening right now. I'm just floating, like hovering 1 inch above the ground. I just float all the way over to the rune and immediately sit down cross-legged and do the same thing I did with the last one. Focusing my energy, and I suck the power out of the rune.
That you do, yes. This rune depowers, and so does a separate one that is on the chest of the gigantic creature embedded within the wall ahead of you. 2 remain. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do. Just another go.
Okay. A wave of devastating cold pushes out from Frosson Verde, and I need Jilden and Thrak to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Ah, that's the worst one. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a dex roll as a bear. Which actually is better for me. Ooh. 15.
11.
15 makes it, 11 fails. So, the first thing that happens...
Unless...
Oh, yeah.
And I try again! And I do worse. I slip and hit my... I'd like to take an extra point of damage, please.
Okay, you can take an extra point on top of 27 points of damage.
Excellent. Thank you.
Jilden, you only take half as much, and this is cold damage.
I use a reaction though.
do
Absorb
I?
elements. Oh, I can't. I'm a bear. Never mind. Ignore me. I can't do anything. I'm a bear!
I have resistance to magical cold because of the Yeti. So,
Yes, you do. you take half as much as well because of the yay. Let's see here. It's not the end. You're the failure here. You okay. While yes, you take you still failed the dex save. As you look down, your feet are frozen in the ice. You are restrained by ice around your ankles at the moment.
Okay. I think I have to do a saving throw to retain my concentration on flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you
Is
do.
that what kind of roll was that?
You've taken damage. It's a con save.
Okay, and what do I have to beat? Does anyone know?
It'll either be 10 or half the damage you took in total, I think.
I no longer fly, and all my dreams have been crushed. That's fine.
Unfortunately.
It couldn't take you higher.
You can make me an Arcana check, both of you, if you'd like.
Yes, why not? 17. No, 15.
Oh gosh, 17.
17 and 15. Every single time you have heard and felt that burst of cold, you recognize now that it is getting bigger. Every round that he's done that, the area of effect that that's affecting is getting larger. It's pushing out further away from him. So it's you get that sense that this is from him. There is an area of effect where this is pushing outwards, as we see Thrak with his legs kind of caught in the ice here, Jildan rushing across in bear form, Seer and Cirrus looking at each other as a wave of cold strikes them. That's where we're going to end our session today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.